morning and welcome to MX24 News, coming to you live from the Silicon Square in East Legon, Accra. My name is Marie-France Foto. Today in the news, the EC begins printing of ballot papers for the December 7 polls today. Also, an easy calm at Ododo constituency after Sunday's free-for-all fight between the NDC and NPP supporters. We have live updates from that area. Also in the news, Bureau of Public Safety petitions President Akufo-Addo to halt deployment of 200 police personnel for members of parliament. All these and more coming up in the next half hour. Stay tuned. Now to our first story. The Electoral Commission of Ghana will today begin the printing of ballot papers for the December 7 polls. The exercise will take place at some 7 selected printing houses in the country, and presidential candidates are to nominate a representative each to these printing houses. Here's EC Chair Jane Mensah announcing the exercise at the Commission's Let the Citizens Know press conference today.
When it comes to printing of the ballots, the Commission develops a schedule indicating all printing houses to be printing the register and the regions and districts that they will be, whose registers they will be printing. This schedule is provided to the political parties, and they work with us. They police the process from day one to the end. They have their agents running shifts to ensure that everything is done in an orderly manner. Again, we provide political parties with the ballot statistics to enable them verify, and therefore you know exactly the number of ballots that are to be sent to every polling station across the country. And the EC cannot add one more ballot or take away a ballot from it. This is the transparency of our processes.
Now, some Ghanaians have raised concerns on the length of this year's ballot paper over its ability to lead to many spoiled ballots. This raises the issue of public sensitization ahead of the December 7 polls. On the phone is Samuel Ikuamu-Asare. He is the Deputy Chair for the National Commission of Civic Education. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining MX24 News. So people have raised concerns about the length of the ballot paper for this year. Is it really an issue, and what's the NCC doing about that?
Well, thank you very much. Whether or not the ballot paper is long, okay, once the public is aware of the content, what is put on the ballot paper, the level of rejected ballots can be reduced. So all calls for public education and engagement.
Okay.
You agree with me that the ballot paper or the ballot arrangement has just been announced. And for us at the NCC to be able to engage the public on this, we will need the inputs from the Electoral Commission, as they have just done. And we will also need some level of collaboration. Now that it's out, we will engage and make sure that it is made part and parcel of our public education and engagement.
Okay, and when do we expect for this public education to begin? It's some 45 days left to the December 7 polls. Are we starting soon? Our
staff in the field have already started. We have different kinds of public education. We have one on non-violence, which is engaging the youth activists, especially of the political parties, to achieve violence and to promote peace, and to name and shame their colleagues who will be engaged in violence. We also have the inter-party dialogue committees, which we have already put in place at all the regional levels, who will also work at the constituency levels to ensure that all the breaches to the electoral laws are nipped in the bud at their level, that will also help us reduce the kind of breaches that may come up, and to promote peace and to reduce any form of activity that will cast a flare on the electoral process.
Okay. Are there any timelines to this exercise, and do you have enough funds to sustain the exercise?
We have rolled out. And we, because of COVID, we should have started far earlier. But because of COVID, we are rolling out a bit late. So we are just in the process of rolling out in some regions. Some other regions have started already. With the inter-party dialogue committees, we were able to start from last December. And so they are in place. And they are going to help our staff also to undertake general civic and voter education. And so the issue about education on the ballot paper, for instance, now that we have it, once we agree with the Electoral Commission on the general modalities and the technical issues pertaining to it, our staff will incorporate that quickly and engage.
Okay.
We also have a key activity that we are going to undertake, which is going to inform the kind of messages that we are going to put out there. That is the launch of the matters of concern to the voter. This is a kind of research that we conduct in all constituencies across the country to get the public to tell us their expectations as they go to the polls.
Okay. You've mentioned... You mentioned that you are going to deploy your officers to several offices. Are we going to see the use of technology, since you're saying that COVID delayed your timing? Are we going to see that happen to ensure that more people are reached?
We are using modern media, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. We are going to use all that to also help. But you agree with me that in some parts of this country, these technology do not even work. So we also have procured a cinema van through the support of the European Union, which is going to go to the hard-to-hit areas where service is difficult to also engage.
All right, sir. Thank you.
We are also going to count on you, the media.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Samuel Ekwama Asari, is the Deputy Chair for the National Commission for Civic Education. Now let's go to Ododo in the Greater Accra region, where there's an easy calm after Sunday's free-for-all fight between supporters of the NPP and the NDC. The rival sides are believed to have clashed after a keep fit exercise, at the Tamale Highway in the constituency. In the ensuing melee, stones and broken bottles were hurled at each other, having scores injured and several properties destroyed. The constituency, which has a history of electoral violence, has again been identified as a hotspot ahead of the 2020 polls. Let's go live now to the grounds where my colleague MX24 is stationed. Hello, MX24. Hello, MX24. Yes, if you can hear me, what's the situation as we speak now? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you tell me? Yeah, okay.
A number of people, a number of people in the media agitating. Just because of what transpired yesterday, the NDC had what was supposed to be a peaceful walk, turned out violence. There was a clash here. As of now, we cannot see who exactly started the project, contradicting reports.
Okay, we have a poor connection to MX24, but she's stationed at Ododo, where there was some chaos on Sunday between supporters of the NDC and PP. We have Adib Sani on the phone, who is a security analyst, and he joins me for more insights into this development. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining MX Newsroom.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, we have... Yes, we have issues at Ododo. How much of a concern should we give to this, given that it's a few days to the elections?
Well, we have every reason to be concerned. Unfortunately, our response to the violence has not been the best, despite the fact that this is a community that has been identified to have about 50 hotspots. And, you know, hotspots don't come by accident. It should have come about as a result of the track record of the community. It should also be based on police reports and how politically volatile the area is. So I expect at least that at least some mechanisms would have been put on the ground in that community to forestall this from even happening in the first place. I do understand that it looks more like some laws don't apply to certain people because according to the Public Order Act, you're supposed to inform the police 5 days clear before organizing such an event. Unfortunately, when political parties, you know, engage in their health works, the peace works and all that, I doubt they inform the police. But that notwithstanding, the police should have been able to know that indeed there are two political parties holding two different events at the same area, and the possibility that they would come into contact with each other is high, and should have prevented it from happening in the first place, knowing full well that it is a hot spot. Unfortunately, not much has been done. But like I always say, I mean, this is a dress rehearsal to the elections in December, and if care is not taken, we might have such occurrences becoming a daily ritual. We might even have it spiraling out of control. We need to nip in the bud the culture of impunity. We have to build confidence in the institutions of the state, including the police, the law courts, etc. We need to get the police to act in a very professional manner. We need to consistently apply the laws, because just yesterday I saw a video of some youth who besieged the police station somewhere at Asawasi in the Ashanti region.
Yeah. Mr. Sani, can you hear me? Hello? I think we've lost Adib Sani, who's a security analyst. But let's move on. And supporters of the New Patriotic Party have commended the party's decision to target polling stations in its 2020 campaign strategy. The party on Friday launched its 2020 campaign fundraiser with a call to its rank and file and party sympathizers to donate 800 Ghana cedis each towards securing a polling station or play a role at a polling station on election day. Some party members present at their launch indicated that the move by the party portrays its ability to raise funds internally rather than rely on state coffers to fund its activities. My colleague Jonah Eledi has more in this report.
The NPP's 2020 campaign fundraising is dubbed Adopt a Polling Station. The aim is to energize the party's grassroots and ensure the provision of adequate resources to facilitate their campaign. At the launch, speaker after speaker reiterated the government's performance since coming into office in 2017, whilst urging the public to, on the basis of their performance, repay them with a second term.
Remember those young girls that you see in the videos on social media who are weeping and thanking President Akufo-Addo and saying if Akufo-Addo had not come to power, their lives would have been ruined. Remember the 40 Zongo youth who are in Cuba and learning medicine in order to come and help deliver health to Zongo communities around our country. That we need a responsible government to keep them in Cuba. Remember the farmers who in 2016 had to import plantain from Côte d'Ivoire, who today are exporting plantain to Côte d'Ivoire. Remember those of us from the northern part of Ghana who used to buy tomatoes from Burkina Faso, who, because of one village, one dam, there is an abundance of tomatoes in the northern parts of our country.
This is an election that we must win to change the destiny of Ghana. What we have started, we cannot leave it in the hands of the incompetent NDC administration. We all must not sit on the fence if we can make this dream of a round two for the new patriotic party.
Meanwhile, 9 out of 10 suspects arrested on Saturday have been released through the intervention of Asawase MP Muntaka Mubarak and some lawyers. Although the police said they were arrested in response to recent cases of armed robberies within the regional capital, MP for the area disagrees. We have more details on these stories when we return from this break. Do stay.
During tough times, we need a competent leader we can trust to keep us all safe.
Nana gave me free water when I needed it most to keep me clean and safe from COVID-19.
Nana gave me lower cost of internet during COVID-19 to operate my small business from home.
Nana told us to trust him to keep our children safe from COVID-19 when we send them back to school. Nana was right.
Nana gave me free electricity in my hour of need during COVID-19.
Nana told us to trust him to keep Ghana safe from COVID-19.
Shop online, get free swipes, and enjoy greater security with a card that turns banking on its head. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Looking really good.
Questions to the president. He's had enough. He walks out.
Words have power. TV has power. My pen has power.
They were taken off Twitter.
Not what the show.
90
seconds.
His name on the Champions League trophy.
Your first ever runway show is in just 5.
I'm menswear.
Yeah, I'm menswear.
My guest tonight is a multi-platinum selling recording artist whose new album is called Rolling Papers 2. Please welcome Wiz Khalifa.
You're welcome back. Now let's head to the northern region where a rise in breast cancer cases has been recorded at the Tamale Teaching Hospital as it records 800 cases as of September 2020. Last year, the hospital alone recorded 700 cases in total. The hospital has embarked on a breast screening exercise targeting 1,000 men and women in the region. The one-week exercise, which started on Monday and ended on Friday, is to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. According to Evelyn Osei Amwa, oncologist nurse specialist at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, 10 people have so far been diagnosed with breast cancer out of 900 persons screened. Evelyn Osei also bemoaned the absence of a mammogram at the hospital and in the region to help screen women above the age of 40.
Last year, we recorded about 700 cases of breast cancer within our facility, and today, this year, 2020, from January to September 2020, we've recorded more than 800 cases. So I can boldly say that breast cancer is also on the rise in the country and within the Tamale or within the northern region as well. One of our major problems again is a screening machine which is called the mammogram. This mammogram machine helps us to screen women that are above the age of 40 or women that have highly dense breasts, those with a big breast. It helps us to identify any cancer cell that is in the breast. Unfortunately, within all these three northern regions, we don't have the machine anywhere, not even in the Tamale Teaching Hospital. The closest our patient has to be referred to for mammogram is the Teaching Hospital. And at times it is a challenge for us because some of our patients cannot even afford transportation to go to Teaching, not to talk of going to do it. So it is really of a challenge to us when it comes to using the mammogram as a screening method for our women up here in the north. Last year we recorded.
Meanwhile, as part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, MX24 has organized a special show dubbed Boobs Talk, and my colleague Noah Fallon is here with all the details. Noah, what's it about?
That's a beautiful pink dress.
Thank you very much.
So it's part of our sensitization. The whole month of October has been Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We at MX24, we have had a series of events to mark Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Okay. We've had health walks, we've had donations, we've done a lot of sensitization out there, educative activities, and we're trying to culminate, you know, the whole month. It's almost end of October. Yeah. So we're having like a climax of some sort, which is going to be a show we are calling Boobs Talk. Okay. So boobs during the program. So you can go to our Facebook pages, MX24GH. You can leave some questions there about breast cancer. You can also go to Twitter, Instagram, and even call us. You know, we have a WhatsApp line. WhatsApp line is 059-289-6001. So that's again 059-289-6001. You can leave us messages. All your questions about breast cancer, what you need to know, and the doctor will be taking the questions, answering them, explaining everything to people. And you know, lately there's been an increase in breast cancer cases among people between the ages of late 20s and early 30s. Wow. So we're really targeting these people. You need to know a lot about breast cancer because it is actually curable if you're able to find it early. There's so many interventions that can save you. But when you go late, that's when the problem, you know, when you encounter a lot of problems. So our main aim is to equip people with as much information as possible so they can be able to take care of themselves better. Okay. So they have to tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, can you, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. For those who may not have access to internet, are there any phone lines they can send their questions and messages?
Yes. Our WhatsApp line, 059-289-6001. Okay. This is going to be active. You can send all your messages to that. Also during the program, we'll be putting some lines live and broadcasting the lines. Then you can call in.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's my colleague Noah Fallon with more information on a special breast cancer awareness show dubbed boobs talk. Moving on, supporters of the National Democratic Congress who besieged the Swami police station last Saturday have been ordered to report themselves to the police. It will be recalled that some NDC activists stormed the police station, demanding the release of some of their colleagues who were arrested in a police swoop. Public Affairs Director of the Ashanti Regional Police, ASP Godwin Ahiano, said the perpetrators had until 9 a.m. today to report themselves or face the wrath of the law.
Circulating on social media of the persons who went to the Swami police station to perpetrate that act, especially one Yakubu Toniedu of NDC and others who were seen in the video hitting the counter at the child office. The command is therefore advising the persons involved who besieged the Swami police station their own interest to report to the Regional Police Command latest tomorrow, 26 October 2020 at 0900 hours to assist police with investigations without fail. The police command would like to reiterate its commitment to enforcing law and order in the region and will not countenance any act of lawlessness in the region. As such, any person found to have gone contrary to the law would be dealt with without any fear or favor.
Now, the Bureau of Public Safety has petitioned President Akufo-Addo to, with immediate effect, defend the decision by Interior Minister Ambrose Derry to withdraw some 200 police personnel from the communities and highways of the country to provide protection services for members of Parliament. The decision by the minister came on the back of recent security threats on members of Parliament and a request by the House to provide security. In a letter signed by Nanaya Akwada, the Executive Director for Bureau of Public Safety, asked for the withdrawal and said it could worsen the existing deficit in police to civilian ratio and worsen policing across the country. We have details of these stories after the break. Do stay. You're welcome back, and I'll bring you details of that story in our subsequent bulletins. But for now, my colleague Kwabna Chenchen is on standby cooking some hot opposing views. Kwabna.
Yes, Marie, and it's good to join you. Actually, I did